We're a big party chainsaw, go to drinking beer. A couple of dozen games of darts 3 or 4 times a year. Sort me nuts and bolts, sharpen up my knife. Escape from the youngsters, the TV and the wife. In me shed, me lovely little shed. Might as well get a Chesterfield, a toilet and a bed. It's the only place where...
Welcome back, guys. Thanks for clicking on the video as always. Appreciate that support. Back here today with another video. As you guys can see, we're out in the shed, and I get a ton of questions about gear, whether it be gear I bring with the bike for tools, for camping, questions about that. So I decided to, on the days that I'm not able to get out for rides, I'm going to start doing some gear videos and things that I like. So this is actually going to be a series of videos on ATV or UTV Essentials. So the first video I thought I'd do is something that I personally have neglected quite a bit, is your first aid kit. So safety third is always, I've always had a small little first aid kit. I don't even know if I've opened it to know what was in there, but there's some band-aids and some gauze and tape in there. But I decided that I would upgrade my first aid kit and do a video on it. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing for an ATV Essentials kit you're going to want is have a good bag or a box. I know some companies out there that make some nice waterproof boxes, but I just like the bag a little bit more so I can shove and shape into different places. But waterproof box is great too, for sure. You could have a bag with individual boxes inside. All my stuff is in some Ziploc bags, so it is waterproof. So anyways, we got the bag out here now. We'll get her open and get started. Oh, no way. Great way to start the day. This is, hopefully these videos will be on the shorter side, so they'll probably be one pop stops type thing. So basically, the first aid kit. This is something, like I said, that I've neglected for a long time. I actually picked this one up at my local Bass Pro. It's in the $25 range Canadian, so that's probably about $8 American. But it's just your 1 to 4 person first aid kit, and I've added some things in here to personalize it for me. And obviously I have my first aid course. I have to take it every 3 years with work, and my previous jobs I've probably taken first aid about maybe 10 times. So I'm fairly good with that basic stuff. Obviously I'm not going to have things in here that like a paramedic or a doctor would have for, like, say, stitching up wounds. I don't have that skill set, so there's no point in me having that in my kit. But yeah, so this is my first aid kit. We're going to get into it here on the Grizzly. Alright guys, so this here was my first aid kit for the longest time. This is just something that came free at one of my old jobs. I probably opened this once. Yeah, there's not much in here. Some cleaning things, a little bit of a sewing kit, a bunch of hand sanitizer, some band-aids and some tape, a little bit of gauze. So that's just your basic one, but as you guys can see, I wanted to upgrade. So there's nothing wrong with this. This is definitely better than nothing. This was probably put in there to keep my mom and my wife happy, but anyways, set that to the side. This is the new one. So I guess we'll just kind of go left to right, but we'll start down here at the bottom actually. So I threw these in here. These are just some Crystal Light drink mixes. You just mix them with water. It gives you a little bit of sugar and salt. So if you're dehydrated, it's pretty good. It came with a little whistle, SOL, shit out of luck, whistle, slim, and a small compass that is liquid filled. So I like to carry some hand sanitizer. It's pretty popular nowadays with the COVID thing going on. These are some extra things that I've thrown in. So the hand sanitizer, I like carrying just different elastics because I use them for everything. I threw in another lighter, quick sterilization of something, and I wrapped it with some Gorilla Tape because Gorilla Tape's always good for stuff. Now, this is all in a Ziploc bag. This is an idea that I got from watching YouTube. So, I can't remember the guy's actual name, but it was something like Fisher ATV or Fisher Off-Road. And he talked to an actual doctor, and this is what the doctor had in his kit. So I ordered these little waterproof containers. They're aluminum. I just made little labels for them. This one here is anti-acid, so for stomach, I got an upset stomach, there's some Tums in there. This one has a few Tylenol in it. This one has some Advil. What else we have? Benadryl, so if you have someone that's allergic to, say, bee stings or bites of some sort of insect, you can give them a little Benadryl. And this is something I've never thought of, but I label them as sugar pills, so a lot of people now are diabetic, and you know, if their sugar levels get low, they can go into, I think it's called anaphylactic shock. And yeah, some pills like that are fairly cheap. You can get them anywhere at any drugstore. You can, you know, possibly save someone's life with that. I just threw it on this little carabiner, and I decided to throw this little flashlight, the little Eddie Bauer one. I don't even know where I got it from. Probably was a stocking stuffer. But yeah, this one here is something that I added to the kit, and I think it's a really good idea. So I'll put the link to the video that I got this idea from, so I give the guy some credit. I'm pretty sure it's Fisher Outdoors, but it was a good video. Small pair of tweezers, pair of scissors, and I tried these scissors inside. They're not too bad. If I find they're not that great, I have an extra pair of really good scissors here in the shed. Sterile elastic bandage, so you can put some pressure on a wound or hold an arm up. A pen with a notepad, so that if you need to keep track of an injured person, say you want to keep track of their state, you can write it down. Pen's always good to have. There's a few safety pins in there. So if you make a sling out of a rag, which is something I always have in my kit, is extra big rags. You can make a sling for an arm, because, you know, if you have a rollover, it's a common problem is you'll get separated shoulders or maybe a broken arm. So this here's called Insta Cold. You just basically whack it, it turns really cold, and that'll be good. So that's it for this left side. I should say something that I have to go get is Polysporin, which is just antibiotic ointment. So if you get a cut, you put a little bit on there, and then you wrap it in a Band-Aid, and it's going to keep the infection from getting in there. So, alright, so I just switched the bag around. Of course, this is all in a Ziploc bag, keep it a little bit more waterproof. Not super high quality bags, but maybe I'll change those out in the future. So this one here, this side here has a lot of your cuts and scrapes type of thing in it. So you have a bunch of these. These are kind of like wet wipes to keep things clean. There's a bunch of those. So if you had a cut or a scrape, you want to clean it up. Some more there. Just a rubber pair of gloves. All these are on sterile packages, which is good. It's not usually sterile out there in the trail. These here are some insect wipes to get rid of, you know, if it's itchy or, you know, it's really bothersome. I know there's some guys out there, like even Joe Robinette, he's like allergic to, I think it's black fly bites, which I can't believe a guy that would do what he does is allergic to that stuff. You have some tape here. You have a large assortment of Band-Aids, all different sizes, which is good to have depending on the cut. Some larger butterfly styles, some smaller ones, and it's good to have lots. And here's some smaller ones that you can pinch a cut together, and you put it across the cut. There's instructions too inside too that says you put it about 4 centimeters apart. So put those across, it'll keep the cut closed. You can put a big bandage over top and then put the gauze and tape and stuff. So there's quite a few of those, and again some more Band-Aids. Don't think we need to go over all the Band-Aids. Some I guess I would call them Q-tips, but that's just a name. But they're just cotton wipes is pretty much all they are for getting in there, cleaning out cuts. And these are some more pads. Suck up some blood. And some bigger pads, the same type of thing. And then some even bigger ones. And these are pretty cool here. These are, if you had like a blister or a cut, you can kind of put it over top. And there's another trauma pad. So if you had a bigger cut or something was bleeding really bad, you can use this one. This one soak up most of the blood. Some really good instructions here. I took a little once over, but how to clean out cuts, how to apply those small Band-Aids to close the cuts up, and then how to dress the wound, which is really good because you want to do it right. I mean, but yeah, so that there is my first aid kit in a nutshell. That's a quick look at my first aid kit. Of course, this can be changed up. There's still lots of room in here to add some things. If you guys can think of something that I missed, you know, that the basic first aider could use, let me know down in the comments. If you think it's a good kit, let me know too. If you think I missed the mark totally, let me know that too. I'd like to hear from you guys. So yeah, so like I said too, this is going to be part 1 of a 3 or 4 part series on some gear that I like to carry. The next one will probably be on tools. Then I'm going to do one on some survival gear that you should always have on your bike. And then I'll probably do another video on some recovery gear once I get all of that in order. So then after that, maybe I'll do some stuff on some of my camping gear because I get a ton of questions on that. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully this gives you guys some good ideas. I'm going to try and put some links in the description to some videos that I've watched that I thought might help you guys. I think I mentioned Fisher Off-Road, or there's a few other ones I watched too. And yeah, I'll put some links to those little metal canisters that I have the Tylenol and stuff all in. I got those on Amazon. They're super cheap. Obviously from China, but yeah. Anyways, hopefully you guys liked the video. Let me know in the comments if you liked it, if there's anything I could change. I appreciate the support as always, guys. And I'll see you guys again when I'm out on the trail. Have a good one. What are you doing up there? What are you doing? Hey. Get it. Good amount of snow, eh, boy?